A very good morning to you all. Welcome to the today's geography session. We will start with our lesson number 11 of geography, that is on page number 69. Okay, so the name of the lesson is counter maps and landforms. Today in this lesson we are going to understand for what the main focus of this lesson is, that for what purpose counter maps are used. First we will understand that what are counter maps, and then for what purposes these maps are used. So you have to remember these two reasons are very important, which you have to get to study from this lesson. So let us start. Now in this lesson we are going to start with a small activity so that we will understand. Now this activity is actually of a oblated potato. Okay, oblate means what? Elongated shape, as a oval shape ka. Okay. So you have to take that potato, one potato. So what things you need for the activity? You need one paper, one pen, one scale, one knife and one potato. Okay. All these things you have to take. Then after taking the potato, first view the potato in both the ways. Okay. In the standing form and in the sleeping form. You can see in the textbook. See. The second picture, it is given how you should view the potato, how you should see the potato first. Okay, so in the standing form and in the sleeping form. Then take a knife and cut the potato into two pieces. Okay, you can see the third figure how they are cutting the potato. After that, you can see after cutting the potato how they are. See, after cutting the potato is having the flat base. Yes or no? One side is flat and the other side is tapering. Yes or no? Like a hill. Right? So this way you have to cut the potato. Then rest the cut half on its flat base and measure its height in millimeters. So whichever potato you have cut, you should take the base of that potato and rest it. Keep it on the paper. Okay? Keep it on the paper, and with the help of the scale, see in the picture how they have hold the scale. This way you have to hold the scale and measure the height of the potato in millimeters. What do you mean by millimeters? On the scale you have centimeters, yes or no? But 1 centimeter or 2 centimeter, each centimeter is made up of small lines, and those lines are 10 lines, yes or no? So those small lines are called as millimeters. So you have to measure that and write it down somewhere. Okay. Then further what you have to do, you have to draw with the pen circles on the potato. Okay. Flat base, after the flat base you have to draw from leaving some distance, you have to draw a circle on the potato. Same way one more circle you have to draw it on the potato. Okay. You can see in the picture. Now before that, what is, I told you the base which we are keeping on the paper is flat base, and the tapering part is called as it looks like a hill mountain, and that's why it is called as the top part is called as the hill top. What it is called as? Hill top. So in the potato, that the pointed, the curved part, okay, the upside part, that is called as the hill top. Then after that, draw two circles, okay, each going round the hill, one near the top. And that's why you can see how in the picture they are drawing the circles. Can you see in this picture? After the hilltop, see that picture, they are drawing the circles with the help of the pen. Okay. Then after drawing the circles with the help of a knife, cut the circles that you are out. Cut those slices. Okay. On the potatoes, wherever you have drawn the circle, cut it, yeah, make it into a slice, but don't separate that slice. Keep it on one above the other only cut it. Okay. So like a sandwich. Okay. Flat base, uske upar the second circle where we have drawn, cut it there, slice it there. Then the third circle where we have drawn, cut it there, and let them be on each other only. Don't separate them. Then how we will make it sure that it should not get separated? Put a stick. Okay. Toothpick is there or any pointed stick is there. Put it in between from the hilltop till the base, so that the slices won't get separated. They will remain attached to each other. Everyone is getting up till here? Then after that, what you have to do now? After that, take that, after putting the stick, take that whole mountain, that potato, and we have already kept it on the paper, yes or no? Draw the flat base circle. Okay. make the border of the flat base of the potato. Then one by removing the stick, you remove the second slice. Remove the second slice, keep the potato aside and take that second slice and draw the border of that circle. Okay, first flat circle base, then the second drawing will be of the first slice, and then again keep it aside, and the next slice is there, remove it from the toothpick and draw the circle of the border of that third slice. Are you understanding? So this way, when you will keep on drawing, then you will get one sketch of a potato hill. So which type of hill potato sketch do you get? You can see on the page number 71. Okay, on page number 71 you can see this way. See how, which type of drawing we are getting? We are getting concentric circles. What we are getting? Concentric circles. Concentric circles means what? A circle within the circle. Okay, एक सर्कल के अंदर दूसरा, दूसरे के अंदर तीसरा. So that is way we will get the sketch of a potato hill. Okay, now what is the purpose? What I want to prove through this activity? And tell me, we have measured the height, right? The height of the potato when we have cut it into half. That time, that height should be given to which? Should be given to the hilltop slice. The last slice, height will be remain on. So it should be written in the inner side of the second slice, in the center. Can you see? Whatever height you have measured, you have to write it in the center of the circle. And then, can anyone guess that what will be the thickness of each slice? First circle, what will be the thickness of the first circle of the base? It will not have any thickness because it is just the border of the potato. Yes or no? So that will carry the value 0. And the next slice, this much, suppose this much thickness is there. You have to measure it with the scale, each slice thickness, and write it on the each border of the circle. But first slice base, flat base size, that will have no value because it is not the cutting part, it is only the border of the potato hill. So it will carry only the value 0. Okay. Now what we want to show through this activity? We want to show that when we saw the potato initially before cutting, it was a 3-dimensional figure. It was a view of 3-dimensional, and now we have converted 3-dimensional figure or draw a object into a 2-dimensional figure. Are you understanding? So this way we can study by converting the 3-dimensional into 2-dimensional by doing this potato activity. But is it possible for everything to be cut and view from 3D into 2D? Is it possible for all the things? Suppose I take the example of mountain. Mountain, when we see, it is a 3-dimensional. Okay. Now I want to see the mountain in the 2-dimensional. So can I carry out the activity of potato with the mountain? No, it is not possible. Can I slice the mountain into pieces? No, it is not possible. Yes or no? So that's why to study this type of land reforms, where we can't carry out the activity like as potato, but we want to study the 3-dimensional pictures into 2-dimensional pictures, there was something derived as counter maps. So counter maps help us to study the 3-dimensional view or the 3-dimensional picture of the object into 2-dimensional. And mostly counter maps are used for land reforms. They are not used for any other things, but they are used for land reforms. What do you mean by land reforms? Land reforms means different types of lands. What are the different types of land in India? We find out. We found hilly areas, mountainous land. We find then plateau lands, Deccan, then plain, then you can say desert. All these are the different forms of land forms. Yes or no? Sometimes it is slope. The land form is in the sloping form. Yes or no? Sometimes it is plain. So all these are the different land forms we need to study, because each land reform have each another characteristics. Different characteristics are there. The conditions, the geographical conditions prevailing in that particular region, having that land reform will be changed. Now what is the climate or the geographical conditions in the desert land? Will it be same in the hilly side? in the hilly areas land? No. So that's why according to the land reforms, the conditions are also changing, and we need to study those changes. So how we study? The rivers will be changing, the climates will be changing, all the geographical factors will be changing according to the land reforms. So counter maps help us to study these different land reforms. Okay. So have you all understood for what purpose the counter maps are there? Then we will also see further where these counter maps are used. Okay. So now you directly come on the page of 72. Okay. On 72 page you come. Let us see the geographical explanation now. What are counter maps and where they are used? While studying different landforms on the surface of the earth, one has to take into consideration various facets of landforms like altitude, relief, slope, direction of slope and the drainage. So I told you that while studying the land reforms, what factors we have to consider? We have to consider at what height is the land from the ground, then what is the slope, what is the relief, what is the direction of the slope, in which direction the slope is there. All these factors are studied, and the drainage, the water is draining in the areas in what extent, all these factors are considered, and then for these maps prepared using particular methods are used. So maps are prepared with some particular methods to study all these. These are known as counter maps. So what are the counter maps? The maps which are prepared using particular method to study these landforms are known as counter maps. These maps help us to understand the above characteristics of the landforms. These maps are of immense use to mountaineers, trekkers, soldiers, defense officers, etc. See, I told you these maps will be used. It is common sense. Wherever there are land related issues or work are there, mountaineers, they are trekking. Yes or no? Mountaineers are climbing the mountains. So for them, they need to study the counter map. Yes or no? Then trekking, those people who are going for trekking, they are having their hobby. So they are going for trekking. You know trekking, no? They are climbing the hills and mountains. Yes or no? Then the soldiers, they are always protecting our borders. They are having a fight with the enemies on the borders. So there also they need to study the counter map of the areas, which type of land is there. So defense, those who are working in the defense sector, all these officers need to study the counter map. So this is the usage of the counter map. These maps prove to be of great use in the planning of a region too. Whenever I told you in the region some particular characteristics, some favorable or unfavorable conditions are there, you can study the counter map of that region and plan accordingly. Okay, I will continue in the next video.